Okay, so let's talk about mindfulness. It's a word you hear everywhere, right? But what if I told you that our entire modern understanding of it might just be based on a tiny translation hiccup from, about 2,500 years ago? Yeah. Today, we're going to peel back the layers and rediscover what this word really meant.
You know, when we hear mindfulness, our minds jump to calm, to stillness, maybe sitting on a cushion, trying to empty our heads. But is that really the whole story? What if the original teaching was about something way more dynamic, more active? It really makes you wonder, are we totally missing the point?
All right, so to figure out where we might be going off track, we have to start with what we think we know. We need to look at where our modern idea of mindfulness actually comes from. And it turns out it has a very specific and seriously ancient source. Our story really kicks off with this ancient text, the Satipaṭṭhāna Sutta. Think of it as the original instruction manual for what we now call mindfulness, and it's been around for over 2,000 years, which is just wild. And right from the get-go, this text makes a huge claim. It says this practice is the direct path to realizing Nirvana, a state of deep liberation or enlightenment. The key to that whole path? It all hinges on one single super important Pali word, Satipaṭṭhāna.
For centuries, this one word, Satipaṭṭhāna, has been translated pretty much the same way, the foundations of mindfulness. I mean, it sounds right, doesn't it? Solid, stable, a foundation. It's a firm place to build something. And honestly, for most people, that's where the investigation stops. But not for us.
But what if we could look at this word with totally fresh eyes? That's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to play linguistic detective here and retranslate this critical term through two completely different lenses, just to see what pops out.
Our process is actually pretty straightforward, but really powerful. First, we'll look at the standard modern dictionary definition. That's the one that gives us foundations of mindfulness. But then, we're going to try to listen with an ancient ear, digging deep into the word's roots to hear it the way its very first audience might have. So let's break this word apart. The first piece is sati. Today, we translate this as mindfulness or maybe memory. But its ancient root, sarati, also means to flow. See that? Right away, we're getting a hint of movement, of a process, not just some static state of mind.
Then there's the second part, upatthana. The modern translation gives us foundation or establishing, again something very solid and still. But the root, upstha, literally means to stand near or to attend to. It's a verb. It's about being close to something, actively engaging with it.
So what happens when we put these two active, dynamic root meanings back together? Well, the entire concept of the practice just completely transforms. It's pretty amazing.
So this is the old view, right? The four foundations of mindfulness. You might picture it like four huge stone pillars, super sturdy, totally reliable, but they don't move. They're a place you get to.
Okay, now this is the moment it all clicks. Look at this, side by side. On the one hand, you've got foundations of mindfulness. That's a noun, right? It's a thing, it's a place. But our rediscovery? Closely attending with presence of mind. That's all action. It's something you do. And let me tell you, this isn't just playing with words. This is a total game changer.
And this new understanding is so much more alive. Closely attending with presence of mind. It's not a static pillar. It's more like a satellite in orbit, constantly adjusting, constantly observing, constantly attending to what's happening in real time. It's dynamic.
So what does it actually look like to practice this active attending, you might be wondering?
Well, thankfully, the original text doesn't leave us hanging. It gives us a very clear, practical map.
The sutta lays out four main areas, or fields, where we can apply this active attention. Our body, the constant flow of our feelings, the actual state of our mind, and the mental patterns and qualities that pop up in it.
And get this, when the text talks about attending to the body, the instructions are surprisingly active. It's not about sitting perfectly still for hours. It literally uses verbs of motion and posture, emphasizing awareness inside the activities of your normal, everyday life.
This just shows the practice isn't about escaping your body or getting away from your daily life. Not at all. It's about being fully present right inside of it. The awareness isn't separate from the walking or sitting, it's completely woven into it.
So why does any of this matter? Why is this little shift in translation so important? Well, moving from a foundation to an attending has a massive real-world impact. As it turns out, it changes everything.
I mean, this slide just lays it out perfectly. A foundation is a destination. It's a static thing you're trying to reach. But attending, that's the journey. It's an active process you engage with, second by second. It's not a noun, it's a verb.
And this right here is the heart of it all. Mindfulness isn't some perfect, blissful state you have to struggle to achieve. It's simply the continuous action of paying attention right here, right now, over and over again. And that simple shift makes this whole practice so much more, well, human. It stops being about this impossible hunt for some perfectly solid, calm ground in the middle of our chaotic lives. Instead, it becomes about learning how to skillfully, surf the waves of your own experience, moment by moment, no matter what they are.
Think about it. This entire rediscovery came from looking at just one ancient word with fresh eyes. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other profound wisdom is out there, hiding in plain sight, just waiting for a new translation?